Congratulations.
I mean, we've seen that with the whales.
Hold on. So someone. I mean,
are.
I don't. I just asked. I
Huh?
asked you to ask about sex in general. I didn't say specifically gay sex. I mean, did you receive a depiction of like sex, a depiction and explanation of sex in general as well?
No, just gay sex.
Well, that's. I mean, who gave that to you? You gotta go back there and ask them to generalize. Be more broad about it.
Xander showed me one of his books.
What's going on?
Pictures?
Was a black and white depiction of it was a knight and a demon.
Huh?
Placing
Come
their
this way,
shafts
Hazel.
into each other.
Huh?
Oh my god.
Ah.
Okay.
What?
So you're
What?
reading, like, you're
It's
reading
not for your
Dalai
ears.
Lama.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Okay.
What? It's just
Okay.
a whale.
Gosh. So.
Yeah, it's just a whale. But
So,
still.
yeah,
I can
but-
still
but-
hear
but-
Manif,
let's
by the
chill.
way.
Did you learn from that?
I know.
Did you get your answer?
Can I escape the baby chain?
You can try.
It doesn't actually tell me. We were talking.
Everyone's so mean to me.
You're free.
I'm crawling away.
You're free.
Yes.
From the shaft as a
Rico just
byproduct
like, I must
of gay
protect.
sex is
Small baby fish.
crucial component in creating life.
Wait, huh?
Yes, but okay, if you want to talk about creating life, like if you want to talk about having babies, gay sex is generally not the kind of sex that you want to be looking
I
at.
tried to keep Hazel.
I don't know what you're talking about. Gay
It
sex, you
is-
can still have babies.
No, this is fascinating.
As I understand
Whatever,
it,
where's my wife?
gay sex is mostly
Reyes is
recreational.
married?
Yes. So I mean, like, there's nothing
don't
wrong
know.
with that. I do think like the urge to have gay sex is like a very important part of a lot of people's lives, and like the answer for why someone would want to keep living definitely includes gay sex for a lot of people. But I guess like if you're specifically looking about reproduction, that's not exactly.
From some gay sex.
I mean, then you'd need to talk about like
Did you watch the
pregnancy. So maybe you
I'm sorry, hearing-
pregnancy.
What is
1 second.
I told you about this.
Oh, and then I fell asleep.
I want
wasn't
you
called
all
that,
to
I-
know I heard you from
Actually,
across
like-
the compound just now.
Help.
Anyway, like, pregnancy is basically when like a woman, generally a woman, like predominantly a woman, has
What's going on?
Hold on.
generally
Hold on.
generally heterosexual sex
going
Gonna
on?
get canceled.
with a man. Generally, okay. Look, we're just talking like a most.
heterosexual?
Okay, so what you were learned about was gay sex, so that's homosexual sex. So they're of the same sex. Now, what that exactly means is, well, basically they're both men, right? They're both men.
Yes.
So that's like they're of the same
is
sex. The sex is
happening?
man, right? So then
Incredible.
there is another main sex. There are two main sexes, okay? The other sex, woman.
I can't hear you at all, by the way. I need to turn you up, maybe.
Oh, they're like hella awkward right now. Okay.
Okay,
The
I
other,
turned you
there
up.
is another main sex, okay,
As I
that
can tell,
humans have,
D
and it's called
is
woman.
recently
So when two women
gained a
have
living
sex,
body,
that's
so
also
doesn't really know a
homosexual
lot
because
about,
they're of the same sex. They're both of the
you know,
one
being
sex.
alive and
Now,
doing things.
heterosexual
Was he-
sex is
being
when
alive?
two
Was he
members
dead?
of
I'm very
different sexes
curious about
have
learning
sex.
about things.
Was he dead?
Are these
That
people
is
like
generally
dead?
the sex that
I think he was something else and then got put in a body.
pregnancy.
Okay.
Maybe kind of like how Perios
you
was
should
some
ask
skulk and then gained like a body and thoughts and awareness.
But he's
An explanation, maybe a demonstration of that.
I don't really know the specifics, but Dee's very apparently interested
Specifically
in learning
request
things.
heterosexual sex. Because that is the form that creates life.
Well, that's generally the
used to be
form.
Ryan.
It's
I
like
think
the
I
most
feel partially
stereotypical form.
responsible
How do I explain this? It's like
Image of Ryan. But then I like could not.
it's like if you have a chicken that lays like white eggs, like every once in a while they lay a brown egg or a
and, like
blue
almost
egg.
broke character.
That doesn't
I
mean
think
it's not
metaphors
capable.
are all
That doesn't
over
mean
the
it only
place.
lays white eggs.
I
It
don't
just means,
know
like,
what
the
they're
stereotypical egg
saying.
is gonna be like a white egg. Does that make
Talking
sense?
about
There's like
Like
chickens.
it's very
This is
common
fascinating.
then?
Yeah, it's overwhelmingly the case that most babies are produced by heterosexual sex.
What is happening?
Okay.
Oh yeah, here.
Honestly,
So just ask Xander if he has any books about that.
Well,
are we trying to like convert
Leave,
This
uh,
was
this
posted
guy?
somewhere nearby.
Oh, I'm aware.
I tore it down and brought it over here so to help with the discussion.
It's very
Xander
relevant.
did mention that there was like a not an opposite term, but a what was it? Something called
An
Yuri.
An
I
equivalent.
think.
Ah,
Yuri is for homosexual women having sex.
Hmm. Okay. Xander didn't have any of that with him. Was it-
Oh,
should-
that's unfortunate.
Oh. Did you put this here?
Gosh.
yes, it was been posted nearby, and I figured it'd be relevant to the
Yeah,
discussion.
you know
so.
what? I mean, like, all the stuff about demonstration.
But Impreg
maybe-
isn't what?
Maybe it's, maybe it's not necessary. I don't know. Like, I remember you were talking about wanting to understand how life is formed, like... One that they... I mean, there's so many people crowding around. I feel kind of
Jezebel,
like...
I feel like everyone
I don't
here
want to be
is
spilling
insane.
your secrets in public. Like, why are you even asking about this stuff in the first place?
To understand more about life, of course.
Of what?
Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that like we've been over this before with the flesh creatures. You don't need to create life to understand it. You don't need to like create it to like because like creating new life is a really heavy responsibility, you know? Like babies and shit, they're helpless and they rely on their parents for like everything, and it's kind of cruel to like bring a baby into the world just to study it, you know?
Right. You mentioned imagining if I myself were that living being, and
Yeah, definitely wouldn't want to pop into existence just to be studied by your parents. That I know, I know. I've heard of people like that back where I'm from, and let me tell you, it's rough. It's rough. So I guess like, yeah. Why don't you try studying life by studying those who are already living it, those who are already adults, who have already been making their way through life, and seeing what they like so much about being alive. I mean, you might have gotten some of your answer yesterday when you were reading that yaoi manga of Xander's. Like, that's a prized possession of his. He took it all the way over here, right? So it means something to him. Did you get to ask him what that was all about?
I did not. No.
Well, it looks like that's your... Oh my god, a phantom! It looks like that's your next line of inquiry, probably. Just asking him what he likes so much about that gay sex manga.
Gay sex?
Indeed.
Yes, gay sex.
Oh.
Yes, Puffer there was there too for that. Reading that
Yeah, it
manga.
was.
You called it?
Manga, yeah. So it's like Japanese comics. I'm not even gonna explain. Yeah, manga, comics. The gay yaoi comics. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw all the pictures.
There were pictures?
There were pictures.
There's very intricate diagrams of not diagrams, but images involving this knight and this demon inserting their shaft into each other.
I'm curious. Did it make you feel anything?
They're what?
Their shaft. Did it make me
You know,
feel
they're part of the
anything?
shaft.
They're private parts.
The shaft. Yeah, that's what the shaft gang means.
Indeed, I actually I made that connection and I asked Xander if they partook in gay sex, often because they are the shaft gang. The answer was a resounding no, or not. Rather, the shaft of the Shaft gang does not refer to the gay sex shaft.
But I'm saying, like, when you looked at that manga, the comics, like, did you feel anything? Did you feel excited? Did you feel interested? Did you feel bored? Did you wish that was you? You know.
Felt well, fascinated. It was something that I hadn't seen before.
Right, but there are plenty of things that people haven't seen before that are just freaking boring, you know? Like watching paint dry.
Perhaps I didn't feel either for it or against it. It was just something new that I could learn about.
Do you have any books that you like?
I haven't read too much, but
I was lost in thought for a second, D, but I do have a question that just occurred to me.
Yeah.
In the book, did the gay sex depicted there resemble what we were initially told gay sex was?
There's
About
no
the-
whales.
The other where
the whales and the squids, no, none of
they
that
weren't
appeared.
No, there was no whales. There
What?
was no
I
whales
told
in
you
that.
about whales and squids. Whales eat squids.
Yeah, that's what gay sex is.
That's what gay
No,
sex is.
that's not. No one is eating each other in gay sex unless it's vor, and don't ask me what vor is. Ask Cassius.
Oh god.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes, go ahead and ask him, please.
Manif, what have you done?
Manif has created a monster just now.
Nothing worse than what I originally did.
It's true. But wait, so if it's not whales and stuff,
Well, no, because he described in some detail. From what
Yeah.
I heard what was contained in the book.
I did. But is that it?
No, well,
That's
That's
one
what,
form of it, yeah.
that's what Xander says at least. So
there weren't the whales or squids. No, it was mostly two men inserting their shafts into their rear.
They're orifices. They're poop holes.
They also placed them into.
There has to be a better way to say that.
They placed them into their mouths and.
I guess that's eating.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
kind of like eating, but you don't like.
That is kind of like
bite
eating.
down.
I guess kind of like. Well, it's very different from whales and squids, I suppose.
Yes. See, I was saying, like, so do you have any books that you like? But you said you haven't read many.
No, I haven't had the chance to
Are they still
experience
on
very
about
many
this?
of them. No.
Do any of y'all have books?
I do.
Can you show him?
Not
I
really.
mean, on my hard drive.
I also didn't come here with many possessions.
I didn't come here with any books, no. I got the cave compendium now, but that's about it.
I have
Man,
books on my hard drive.
Cassius told me to ask you.
About war?
Yeah.
Oh, darn, that's a cop-out question. Okay, vor is just like,
What the fuck?
hey, what's up?
Hi. Manif,
I didn't hear nothing.
No, you didn't hear nothing indeed. I'll make this quick, okay? You know how we're like the same size?
Yeah.
So obviously I can't like eat you or anything. That would be weird, right? Like it just wouldn't work because you're like too big. Like you're not gonna fit, right?
you have to like cut them up, and that's weird.
What if what if I could just like eat you without cutting you up? Like what if my mouth was like big enough, or like you just like
Like
turned
a
small?
snake?
Yeah, like a snake.
Huh?
That's vor, okay? That's vor. And some people really like it. They really like the idea of it, they like the fantasy of it. It really turns them on. Like it excites them, okay? They really like it. They look forward to it. When they come home from work, they're like, "Oh my god, I really want to read about vor. I want to imagine I'm getting bored. I want to
That's
imagine I'm boring." You know?
that's
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea. You don't have to. I'm not gonna do it. I am not into vor. Okay, it's not my thing. Some people's thing. Anyway, I don't even know why I brought up vor. Okay.
So it's.
What I'm asking.
Is it a similar, like, pleasurable subject then, just like gay sex?
Yeah, it's something that people look forward to when they get home after a long adventure or a long day at work, or when they're like bored. They're like, damn, I'm just gonna think about vor, or I'm gonna think about gay sex, or I'm even gonna have gay sex, or I'm gonna like pretend to have vor, you know?
What?
Look, I will take your point though, man. If that you're absolutely right. I think that gay sex is, solely about pleasure and not about creating life. I think I got a bit sidetracked focusing on it.
Oh my god, there's so many monkeys in this fucking circus. Holy shit.
I mean, nothing wrong with pleasure. Pleasure is a really important part of life. Pleasure is an important part of being alive.
You know?
I think a lot of people are alive because of pleasure, and if you took away all their pleasure, they'd no longer want to be alive.
Oh,
Hmm.
what are you looking for?
Xander.
So
Oh.
Anyhow, I think we should get you some books. I don't know if I haven't really seen that many. I mean, you've seen like the vampire books and stuff, right?
There's so many vampire books.
I don't know, like where I'm from, there are some real classics. I mean, there's like tons of books where I'm from. There's like so many fucking books. There's so many books.
I haven't seen
I didn't bring
any
of them with
here.
me.
I don't know why I said that in
Yeah.
character. I don't know why I
Sorry,
said
what?
that in character. There's no sex books here. That's not in character.
Yeah. I mean, there's not even just sex books. There's just not really that many like interesting reads around here. Gosh. Well, once you get out of here, I think you should read some books. Like, adventure books or action books or fantasy books, or just like, because in books people talk about their lives, but they also talk about what's important to them. And if you find out what's important to them,
Huh?
you'll get an idea of why they're alive. And no, not the Kama Sutra. Don't tell him to read the Kama Sutra. That's a manual.
A manual?
a manual.
Yes,
That
it's a manual
sounds
for
like
sex. Yes.
But that sounds like it would be very useful then.
But are you trying to have sex? I mean, no judgment, but like,
I guess no, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to learn about it. If it's detailing how it works, then I imagine that would be very beneficial to my knowledge, no?
I mean, you haven't needed it till now?
More like, I guess I'm a bit out of the know. I don't have very much knowledge to work off of.
okay, you know what? Read the Kama Sutra if you like, but please read some normal books.
What the
At
fuck are
least,
you guys
like-
doing?
They're still talking about gay sex.